This is going to be a really quick thought experiment. And I'm calling it a thought experiment because it is a stretch for some people. It might be to imagine what I'm talking about. It is directly tied to some of the other material on here, such as balance and other concepts of space time and things like that. Basically, a long time ago, years and years ago, I heard this guy, I forget where, he was a guru, and he made a claim that he could remember every single breath he ever took. And immediately I was like, okay, Merlin, cool your jets, you know. It was just such a ridiculous sounding claim, right? And so, like many things in my life, for a long time, it became a koan, or a cone, or however you pronounce that, in my mind, right? How did this dude remember all these breaths? It either seemed implausible, impossible, a lie. I mean, who's to say? Now, he could have had photographic memory, perhaps, right? And he concentrated on every breath and he remembered every breath. But then, a couple years ago, I realized something. When I was coming up with these theories of balance and, free will and all this stuff, if you consider that your consciousness is at the wavefront of time, okay, and if we assume, like we talked about, the theory of data transfer, where you're perceiving things at the wavefront of time, the past is unilaterally locked away in a possible two-dimensional, concept of like a pool of time that you can't reach. It's not like space. It's equally unreachable. So if we work off of that premise, then that person's statement could be true. In the sense that when you take a breath in the moment, right? You take a breath. All you have to reference that breath is all the data from the past. You can't access those breaths, okay? You are experiencing your current breath. So in a real sense, you are only experiencing that current breath, therefore you are remembering every breath you ever took, because you have the data from all the past breaths, and then you have the current breath that you are breathing. And this could be true for anything if you think about it. So let's say you want to go to an ice cream parlor. I don't think they call them parlors anymore, but you want to go to an ice cream parlor and have a cone of strawberry ice cream. All you have when you're building up that desire, the initial thought kernel comes up, I want ice cream. And then you're like, what kind? Strawberry. So that's the free will. You drive to the ice cream place. You're thinking about the ice cream. All you have is the data of all your past ice cream cones that you've eaten. And so you get there and you're eating that strawberry ice cream cone, and that is literally the only, basically every ice cream cone you have ever eaten is kind of embodied in that cone, the strawberry ice cream cone, because you have all the data. You know what strawberries taste like. You know what the cone is going to crunch like when you eat it. But you don't have those experiences. They're either memories or, if we're looking at fourth dimensional volumes, they're part of that entire experience of your being stretched through space-time, okay? But you literally, at the wavefront of your consciousness, only have that one strawberry ice cream cone. You never have the future cone. You can't reach the past cones. You only have that one cone. So this is a good example of how these mind tricks, let's say, and navigation training can pay off. Because if in the moment you realize that all you have is these concepts about that ice cream cone and memories and data, you can say to yourself, this is it. This is the cone. And I've got to experience this fully. I really need to enjoy this. And this can be true for anything. You know, you're making love to your partner. Are you off in the clouds somewhere? Are you thinking about work? Are you imagining, I'm not telling you what to do, but imagining someone else? I mean, the point is, this is every time you've made love embodied in this one moment, because you have all the data, all the memories, and you have the physicality and the experience in the moment of this thing. And so that's why if you broaden your awareness and narrow your focus and emerge more fully into your timeline, you will enrich every experience you choose to use this technique in. And then you will, it's just like a wine expert, right? I forget what they're called, sommelier or whatever. I know, but I don't remember, is what I'm trying to say. But these dudes are trained, you know, there's only a limited number of them in the world, and they're trained to pick out all these notes. They've expanded their awareness and narrowed their focus in on this one glass of wine. It's every glass that they've ever smelled. I mean, how could you compare all these other things, chocolate, spice, oak, all these things are coming together, all this data, into the exact perceptible wavefront as wide as you can open the perception up in your consciousness. That is the space you have to operate within, right? So if he starts drawing on all his experiences and knowledge and flavor notes and all this stuff, he's broadening that consciousness, that awareness. And he's focusing that broadened awareness on that one glass of wine. He's bringing all his knowledge, wisdom, data onto that one glass. And when he does that, it becomes the glass, all the glasses in the glass. So I just wanted to bring this up because I think it's a very practical way to use some of these techniques and concepts to really be fully in your body and really enjoy and appreciate the things that you could otherwise not be fully emergent in or during, you know. And this can also, we'll talk about later, be used for environmental, you know, situational awareness, pattern recognition, all these things that could also, if practiced, save your life or help you in, you know, you're attacked by someone, or there's a natural disaster and you need to save people and spot people in, you know, ruined buildings and stuff. It can be used in a wide variety of applications. So I hope you enjoyed this, and I will talk to you soon. Bye-bye.